Hi, natural gas traders. So I've got the charts on behind me, but I'm not going to be talking about that today. I've just been connecting with Brian over at Energy Rogue, and he showed me a bit about what they provide as a service for natural gas and oil traders. So here's a little chat that I had with Brian, and I think it's really interesting. He's got a load of information that's really useful to traders who are interested in natural gas and Brent crude oil and WTI, but particularly natural gas. So listen to what he's got to say, and if you're interested, leave a comment below. I'm going to let you know as time goes on. I'll be hooking up with Brian a little bit more in the future and finding out in more detail what he's got to offer, but I think there's a ton of useful information. And if you want to go straight across to the NG Rogue website, I put a link in the comment below. You can go and check that out. Brian's a super duper guy. I really enjoyed chatting with him, and I think he'll add a ton of value to the natural gas analyses that we do on this channel. I'm not getting paid by Brian or Energy Rogue to do any of this at all, but Brian connected with me a few weeks ago and showed me what he's got, and I think it'll be beneficial and add value to all natural gas traders. So go and check it out and enjoy the video. Take care.
Hi, James. This is Brian Pieri over at Energy Rogue. Hope your move went well. And I also wanted to provide a little bit of kind of training and routing. We haven't had a chance to connect, and a lot of that is probably because you're moving. So anyway, just wanted to say, hope the move was good. Hope you're excited. There's a lot of information, and I want to show you where to look before we actually connect. A couple of things. First, when you go to the website, you got to log in. But once you log in, a, a few of the places that I would direct you to. One is the daily unmasking, the basis technical COT, the rigs and basis. This is where I spend a lot of time. And then down at the natural gas on the fundamental side. You can go a lot deeper and we can cover a lot more, but it would just be an incredibly long video, and I didn't want to bog you down with that. So the daily unmasking is the first thing. That is designed to be kind of a place to where you can go and get a quick sense for supply, demand, market, that type of thing. So we have our weekly video that we put out. Oh, I need to change the date on that. That was actually last Friday. So anyhow, but it gives you some basic technicals that run every morning around 6 a.m. Central Time. And it just takes a method here. We've got some other things that we're going to upgrade that. Of course, you're a technical trader, so you're going to be far in excess of that. But it gives you kind of the forward strip, the 5-year strip. But this is what I wanted to direct you to, the balance of the market. This is what we determine. Are we oversupplied, undersupplied? What are the fundamentals of the market? Like I said, you have a fantastic grasp on the technicals. This tells you, okay, you've got Canadian imports, you've got on the demand side, you have power, industrial, residential. All of that, you can go down and interact with our charts on each one of these categories. So you can take a look at the LNG exports, for example, which I'm going to show you. And then it has some color commentary, or not color commentary, but some charts down below that kind of show you, okay, production, current week 101.8, last year was around 100. And the 3-year average was at 94. So that kind of shows you where we are. Then you got crude supply, demand, natural gas, so on and so forth. That is the daily unmasking. The next one is that basis technicals. And if you go there, this is where the commitment of traders report is that I showed you. And this is where the sizing is a little off on this. I'm not sure why, but this is where you can kind of narrow it down to managed money and so on and so forth, and kind of get this thing situated so that you can kind of draw some conclusions. As you see, they started building up their or reducing their shorts. So that is on the basis and technicals. The rig and basis, this one takes a tremendous amount of time to absorb, but we have rig counts on gas and oil. Now, you can't just say that gas rigs, if gas rigs go down or up, that it means we're going to have less supply. It's going to be not quite a straight line, because on the oil side, you get what's called associated gas. And that is what the Permian really provides, is a lot of gas from oil wells, not really from gas wells. But these are some of the producing basins. If you wanted to get there, rig count, weekly oil. Let me skip past the oil. And then on the gas side, you got the gas rigs, gas production. And this is what I mean by basins. When you take a look at the basins, the Marcellus Utica is pretty much a gas basin. So you can see that we have 35 BCF a day, or around 35 BCF a day out of 100. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
But the Permian is 22. That is an oil basin.
Yeah.
Marcellus Utica is pretty much a gas basin. Permian is pretty much an oil basin. So you can get quite a lot of production out of that. But what I really want to direct you to is declines. This is on the rigs and basis. On the declines, you can come down here and you can actually see that we are declining roughly 3.2 BCF every day.
Yeah.
So we have roughly 100 BCF, or every month we lose roughly 3%.
Yeah.
So that is offset by new production that comes in. So what we do is we kind of split things apart so that we can understand it a little bit better. So we start with that number, 3.2, and then on the new production, this is the reason that we are bullish, is we see decline falling,
Yeah.
or new production falling. And that's before the rigs have really taken effect. But as you can see, we are down close to the 3.4 BCF. So we still are adding, but at a much slower pace. And this chart kind of brings those two together, new production, decline, because that's really our net. Are we growing or declining? And that's what this chart is. That's the reason I spend so much time on this page.
Yeah.
But this is how much we are growing. And said a different way, bringing on over 3.4 BCF a day to bring on 150,000.
Yeah.
So that is not a lot. So that means we are treading water on the productive side, and we see this as actually the June numbers are going to come out on Monday. You'll see that further decline.
Sure.
But you can get lost on all these charts. I could go on for hours because we have 150 of these charts. But the last page that I want to direct you to is this natural gas fundamental. So the natural gas fundamental, you start up here with that same view that is over in the daily unmasking, which is kind of what we call the balance of the market. Then you have some commentary. This is pre-formatted and kind of tells you where we are from the 5-year average. And we're going to have some visuals that that compare that a little bit later in the year. And then you can see where we are on the 5-year min and max range for storage.
Great.
That's what a lot of people take a look at.
Yeah.
But this is what I wanted to direct you to. Weekly production and consumption. You can kind of take a look at what production and consumption are looking like. And this past week, I think July 6th was the latest one 101.8 and 98. So that's where production and consumption were. And you did reference in your video that you streamed a little bit earlier today, LNG.
Yeah.
So you can actually scroll down and look for this net NG demand weekly. And what you can do is you can actually see, well, what LNG has done, and all that maintenance that they were referring to,
Yeah.
that's really captured in the data.
Sure.
So you can actually see, I mean, it doesn't tell you it was because of maintenance, but if you're tracking the news, you know it's because of maintenance. But play around with these and let me know if you have any questions. Those are the key tabs. So it's the daily unmasking, which is here, the basis technical COT, which does include some charts that are oversimplified on the technical side. I would skip past those. Rigs and basis, That's another one to take a look at. And the natural gas fundamental, which is down on this section over here. Now, that's not all, because we have NG storage and demand, which goes a little bit deeper. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about some of those pages, and hopefully that helps. But if there's anything that we can do to help, let us know, and enjoy your streams as always. And I hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying your new place, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, James. I look forward to connecting with you.
Ciao.